Hi VC, back again. Got one more batch of records to show in this little set. Little set? Probably about 30 to 40 records here. 30? 30 odd. But this one I'm going to start off with a batch of 7 inches that I found. No more than 50p each. A lot of them are cheaper. Just going to rattle through these. Got a fair Wodge on. There we go, look at that. I'm going to run through them quickly. A lot of them are 80s. There's some other stuff, but there's an awful lot of 80s stuff. No apologies for what's included. There are good reasons for me buying all of them. Right, Jeff Beck, Hi Ho Silver Lining. I think this is a reissue. It's got Beck's Bolero and Rock My Plimsoll on it, but Hi Ho Silver Lining, it's good old sing-song along. Love it. For my money, one of the best singles from the early 80s, big in Japan, by Alphaville. I remember hearing this on, it wasn't Caroline, was it Atlantic 2i? I don't know. But there were still pirate radio stations knocking about in the early 80s, and I remember hearing this over and over again, way before it hit the charts in the UK. I thought, what is that? But there were no DJs on there. I think they were just doing out test signals or something. I'm not sure what it was. Didn't know what it was, and then it hit the charts, and I loved it. It just lodged in my brain, so loving that. Classic single, Glittering Prize, Simple Minds, from a brilliant album that I included in my Gimme 10 82? 3. One of my Gimme 10s anyway. New Gold Dream, that came from. I make no bones about liking this band. This was a so-called teeny bop band, but I think they were far better than that. Aha, this one's Hunting High and Low. Not my favourite Aha song. That would have to be I've Been Losing You. I think that's what it's called. But even their stuff like Sun Always Shines on TV, Take On Me, I've got a soft spot for. It's great pop. This one, bit of an odd one, but I'm glad I picked this up. In the early 80s, Thames TV used to show music videos just in between programmes. They had a spare 5 minutes, and they showed some phenomenal stuff. One of them they showed was John Fox and Underpass, which I absolutely adore. This one is Venice in Peril. Well, it's from the album Venice in Peril by Rondo Veneziano, and it's called La Serenissima. And they played it over and over and over again, so I had no chance of being standing up against it. They used to show it about 2 to 3 times a day, and it always seemed to be between kids programs, so I had no chance. I loved that, so I'm really happy to pick a copy up after 30 years after the event. Took me right back, that did. The only Deacon Blue song I like, the rest of it is Tosh, but Queen of the New Year. When I first heard this, I didn't even know it was Deacon Blue. I thought it was somebody else, some American band or something. It just didn't click at all. Love this song. Queen of the New Year is just a brilliant song. Just shows that everybody's got at least one good song in them. Massive hit for Tracy Ullman. They Don't Know. I'm pretty sure this. That's the B side. Yeah, Kirsty MacColl wrote this. I mean, it's a class song. It just is a class song. I'm so glad she got the royalties from this, because this was a massive hit over here. Just such a brilliant song. Love it. This one is by a Scottish rock and roller called Frankie Miller. Don't know much about this. I think it's later on in his career, I think. Released in 78. This is Darling and Drunken Nights in the City. It's a bit more sing-songy. It's not quite so rock and soul-y sort of that I heard from his stuff before, but it's good old stuff. Good single. This one is Sally Oldfield, Mirrors, and it's a real. I just remember this from the late 70s. I think actually my sister did a dance to this or something. So I heard it over and over again for about three months as she practiced for it, or however long. It seemed like 3 months anyway. But this is great. A lot of this is just real nostalgia for me. A lot of these records. Sally Oldfield Mirrors. This one I didn't know before, but it is brilliant pop. It is the Archies. Everything's Alright. Look at that cover. That is such a fantastic cover. This is an original pressing from the 60s. But it is such a brilliant song. Absolutely love this. Played it over and over again the other night. About 10 times in a row. Just love that. I think the VC is well aware of my love for Toya Wilcox. And there's Thunder in the Mountains. What can you say? Toya. Brilliant. This was a massive #1 in, when was it? 81, 82? Obviously hitching on the synth pop bandwagon. It's My Party. Dave Stewart and Barbara Gaskin. It's great cover. Obviously just, I think, taking their cue from some early synth pop bands on Mute, who used to cover rock and roll songs and pop songs from the 60s on synths. This hit #1. Love that. I make no bones about it. I like this. Moonlight Shadow, Mike Oldfield. It's folky. Well, not really folky. Kind of a folk poppy sort of thing. But I love that. This one, I'm well pleased. I've only ever had one single by them. This is Monsoon. This is Shakti. This is brilliant. This is Sheila Chandra. It was originally on Grange Hill, I found out the other day, and I do remember her being in it now. But after she left Grange Hill, she just sent a tape into a label, and months later it was discovered, and somebody was looking for a singer, and she got put on it. One of the most perfect singles is Ever So Lonely, but this is just as good. I've got to find their only album. She obviously released more music afterwards, but the Monsoon only actually released one album, Third Eye I think it's called, and it looks like it's quite hard to get, so I'm going to keep an eye out for that. Hopefully I'll be able to pick one up. But fabulous stuff. And then this, yeah, it's by Dollar, but it doesn't matter because it could have been by anybody. It's basically one of a Trevor Hall masterwork. If you get past the fact that it's their stupid faces on the cover and just ignore that, and then you listen to it, it is just pristine 80s pop production. Pop production. Absolutely fabulous. Brilliant. Right. Already 8 minutes and I've only done 7 inches. I'm going to keep going. This is going to be longer, this video. I've just done a load of short videos, but tough. Right. Next two, I've got two 12 inches in the same shop by this guy, Smiley Culture, who sadly died in very unfortunate circumstances. Was it last year or the year before? In a confrontation with the police. Not good. But back to happier times for him. This is his second single. And he was kind of like he was a kind of rapper, but in patois rapper. Patois, is that the right word? I don't know, but definitely sort of Jamaican street language. And this is a story of him being pulled over because he didn't have, I don't know, I think he had a broken taillight or something. Great single. And this is his first single, God, I can't say that today, Cockney translation. So this is just him translating between a load of Cockney slang and a load of Jamaican slang. So there you go. But both brilliant singles. And these are extended dub mixes, which means they just tacked a bit of dub on the end, basically. One of the geniuses that worked in the 80s was Terry Hall, and after he dissolved, or Funboy 3 dissolved, he put together the Colourfield. This is their first album. This is brilliant. This is just absolutely brilliant. Thinking of You was the big hit on here. But he obviously had a love of, I mean, different kinds of pop. Because some of this sounds very kind of as if Serge Gainsbourg or some French writer had written a lot of it. Some of the songs really remind me of like Scott Walker's interpretations of Jack Brel, not Serge Gainsbourg, Jack Brel. Um, so yeah, so really cool. This is such a brilliant record. I think was it Take? I was really impressed by. I think it was Take. But Castles in the Air is a great track. This is called Virgins and Philistines, as you can probably see. Yeah, you can there. So pleased I picked this up. And despite the kind of ropey cover, the actual record is brilliant. More Motoya, make no bones about it. I like Toya. This is her live album. I think it's called Toya Toya Toya. Yeah, if you like early Toya, it's early Toya live. Things like Aya, Danced, Bird in Flight, Victims of the Riddle, so very quite early Toya. I really like the cover on this. I just like the kind of very impressionist, not impressionistic, yeah, it's kind of impressionistic cover. I like that. Here we go, ONJ, Greatest Hits. So this is her early 70s stuff. I guess it's going to be more country because it's got Take Me Home Country Roads. Have you never been mellow, which I know. Don't think I know any other tracks on there, but oh, it's ONJ. And for somebody who obviously allied herself with Cliff Richard, she looks great. Yeah, there we go, ONJ. Pat Benatar, brilliant 80s stuff. Just great 80s American pop. Got that big booming production on it. So this has got Hit Me With Your Best Shot on it, Love Is a Battlefield, We Belong, Sex As a Weapon, Heartbreaker, Fire and Ice. It's just great. Just love a bit of 80s, as you all well know. Amazed I picked this one up. This is Dexys Midnight Runners. This is Gino. Now, this was released after, I think it was released after Tour IA, I think. But it's a compilation of the first 5 singles, A and B sides. So, I haven't played this yet, but it's got Dance on it, which you can't get, well, unless you get a single. And all their attendant B-sides. So I'm really looking forward to hearing this. Should be brilliant. Amazed I got this one as well. Stephen Stills, Manassas, Down the Road. Now, I played this, and I think it's a damn fine country rock record. Bits of soul, it's damn fine. But you look online, and everybody slated it. I think it's only because I haven't got the Manassas first album. I have heard it, do like what I've heard, but I haven't heard it properly. But if this gets bad reviews, and Manassas gets brilliant reviews, then Manassas must be an absolute masterwork, so I've got to get my hands on a copy of that. Because this is great. You've got Spanish language tracks, you've got rockers, you've got... It's just brilliant. I absolutely love this record. I think it was a great record. Couldn't believe I found this for £1 because it's an original pressing in really good nick. Just a bit of glue coming away from there, but it is in such good condition. On Atlantic, so absolutely fabulous. And then just to round off, I actually got 2 jazz records. Despite me saying, jazz, I saw these and I thought, right, I'm gonna have a go. I've got some jazz fusion records, which is kind of, it mixes the rock in with the jazz, so it's kind of, I can go with that. But I've played these and I absolutely loved it. Maybe because I like it's sort of inspired, the Peggy Lee I like, and I quite like the jazzy stuff there. So this is Count Basie plays Quincy Jones and Neil Hefti, or plays Neil Hefti and Quincy Jones. It's a double album, recorded in 1958-59. This is a reissue, a later reissue on Jazz Vogue, I think it's on. Is it? Oh no, it's not. I'm not going to get the records out. I can't. Oh, shall I? Yeah, why not? It's quite a pretty label, actually. There we go, Jazz Vogue. There we go, Jazz Vogue. And it's late night. Well, for me, most jazz best listened to late night. I can't really listen to it other times of the day. That may be because of my preconceptions. I don't know. But it's good stuff. Good big band stuff. So who knows if I see something else I recognise or just take a chance on. That was cool. And then just to round off, I played this first time, didn't like it at all. Really didn't like it. Played it second time, and it's actually grown on me quite a lot just between the first and second play. So who knows? I end up growing to love it. Tony Bennett and Count Basie. I bought it at the same time as the other one. But it's got things like Jeepers Creepers, Anything Goes. They're obviously the songs that I know. But Strike Up the Band was great. Chicago. Do I know that one? Yeah, I think I've heard that one before. Or a different version. But I really enjoyed it second time round. Obviously, I've got to be in the right mood for it. But another great record. Right. There we go. Nearly just about 17 minutes of waffle. I hope you managed to put up with it that long, and I hope you haven't all cut out halfway through thinking what a load of old 80s tat, because there were some buttes at the end there. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you made it all the way through, thanks for keeping on. Keep subscribing. Slowly building up my numbers. It's brilliant that people actually want to listen to this rubbish. I'm probably going to do my Gimme 10 84 later on in the week when I'm back in Exeter. Anyway, cheers, VC. See you later. Bye.